Hello, good morning. Welcome to our class for today. This is Teacher Shai and welcome to our online class. All right, so before we start, everyone, please type your English name and number. English name and number in our comment section. All right, so before we start, I would like to ask everybody, how are you today? Are you happy? All right, you are happy today. Okay, today we are going to talk about telling time. All right, everybody, let's say it together. Telling time. Telling time. All right, so when we say telling, what is telling? Say, tell. Time, what is time? Time. What time is it? What time is it? Okay. Na? Time. Time. All right. May try time. Ani watch. Ani time. Okay, mai? All right. So telling time. Now, we will identify or we will say what time is it correctly, and then we will differentiate AM, PM, all right? And we will talk about what time do you do your daily activities, okay? So daily activities, wake up, eat, go to school, but right now, or study at home, do homework, okay na? All right, so let us look at our clock first. All right, so we have a clock here. This is a clock. All right, now clock is what you put in the wall, and this one, the one you put in your hand, is a watch. Okay, the big circle that you put in the wall is clock. All right, okay, so in a clock, what are the numbers? What are the numbers that we use to tell time? What are the numbers that you can see in this picture? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. All right, so those are the numbers that we need to tell time. Now, in a clock, there are two hands. We have the shorthand and the longhand. Again, in a clock, we have two hands. This one, two hands. One and then two. Two hands, the short and the long. Short, long. All right, so the shorthand is for, the long hand is for telling minutes. Okay, minute. The long hand is for telling minutes. What is minutes? Nati. All right, so minutes, for example, before, right, we say 10 minutes left, 10 natin. Minute. The long hand says the minute. And we have the shorthand. The shorthand says the hour. The hour. What is hour? Chumong si may. All right, so again, we have the long hand for minute and the shorthand for hour. Okay, in telling time, we say first the shorthand. Okay, we say first the shorthand. R. All right, so we have, for example, Nina, the shorthand points at 12. All right, 12. So we say 12 12 o'clock. 12:00. Now, for example, the shorthand points at 1. Now, how do we write it or how do we say it? It's 1. 1. What about 2? It points at 0, 0. If the shorthand points at 3, we say 3, or we just write 3. What about 4? 4. How do we write 4? 4. 4 o'clock. 4. What about 5? 5. Tuning, tuning. 6. 6. 7. Okay. 8. 0, 0. 9. 0, 0. 10. 10. 0, 0. 11. 11. 0, 0. And 12 again. Okay, now so we use the shorthand to tell that the R. Okay, the R. And when you write time, we have like this shimai, 11:30, for example. So this first number is the R. Okay, Mai? All right, so let's try to look at the longhand. Okay, now earlier is the shorthand. Right now, we will talk about the longhand. The longhand says the minute, Shimai, the nati, minute. So when the longhand points at 12, we call it o'clock. All right, if the longhand points at 12, we say o'clock. All right, so for example, we have shorthand. Shorthand points at 1. So we say 1 o'clock. Shorthand points at 2. 2 o'clock. Okay, Mai? O'clock. Okay, O apostrophe clock. If the longhand points at 12, okay, Mai? That is o'clock. All right, so if the longhand points at 1, we have 5. Okay, now if the longhand points at 2, 10. Longhand points at 3, 15. Longhand points at 4, 20. Now I think you know it, math. Math now, 1 times 5, 5. 2 times 5, 10. All right, so you can just count, Anina. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Nah? 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay, Mai? 15. If the longhand points at 5, what time is it? 5:25. Visip ha. Nati. 25 minutes. If the longhand points at 6, it's 30. Okay, 30 nati. 30 minutes. Oops. If the longhand points at 7, 35. If the longhand points at 8, 40. Okay, longhand points at 9, 45. 45. Longhand points at 10, 50. Okay. And longhand points at 11, we say 55. Okay, so 55, 56, 57, 58, 59. We don't say 60, we say another hour, and that's o'clock. Okay, Mai? All right. So again, the longhand says the minute. Okay, minute. Shorthand, hour. How do we say the hour? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. What about the minute? We say the 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55. Okay na? If it points at a number, but if it points in here in a dot, then that's a different hour. Okay na? All right, so let's try. Okay, now let's try. As I said before, we say the shorthand first and then the second hand. All right, so the shorthand points at 1. All right, so the shorthand points at 1. All right, 1. Now the minute, how do we say the minute again? So we have 5 and then 10. 1, 10. So what time is it? It's 1:10. Okay? The hour and the minute, nati. Okay, Mai? All right, let's try another one. Again, you say the blue one first and then the green one. Number 2, what time is it? The blue hand points at 3. 3. Anina, this is needed. Dut, dut. All right. 3. What is this? The long hand, the minute hand points at 1. And what is 1? It's 5 minutes. Okay, so we can say 0, 5. It's 3:05. 3:05. And then number 3. Let's try number 3. Third one. What time is it? The shorthand first and then longhand. Number 1, number 2. Number 1, number 2. It points at 4. Okay, so we write 4, 2 dots. And the long hand points at 6. Now what is 6? 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Samsip. What is samsip in English? 30. Okay, so we write 30. What time is it? It's 4:30. 4:30. Okay, Mai? All right, very good. Good job, everybody. Now let's have a quick activity. Okay, now quick activity. Now I would like you to draw the clock's face. All right, draw the clock's face. So for example, letter A. Letter A, 10:20. Okay, 10:20. How do we draw 10:20? We need first a circle. And then we write 12, 6, 3, 9, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And we have Nina. So how do we write? How do we draw 10, 20? So we first draw this one, shorthand, because it's the hour. It's the hour. So we draw the shorthand that points at 10. Shorthand. 10 chimani. 10. Okay, perfect. 10 and then 20. 20. Where is 20? 5, 10, 15, 20. The long hand. The long hand points at 5, 10, 15, 20. Long hand points at 20. Ta-dang. So what time is it? It's 10:20. Okay, Mai? Understand? All right, so please draw the rest. Do you see the 20? Let me, Anina, this is the 20. 20, 10, 20. Okay, please draw the rest. Okay, please draw letter B and letter C. Okay, draw on your notebook. Just very easy. Okay, let's just see if you understand. All right, so let's go to our next words. All right, so we have here 2 more words. We have AM and PM. So we use AM to tell time in the morning until noon. Morning. We say we go to school, Shimai. Good morning. Shimai. Morning until noon. Noon is 12. When the longhand and shorthand points at 12, we eat lunch, Shimai. We eat lunch. That is noon. All right. And then PM, afternoon until night, evening, and night. Okay. Good afternoon, teacher, Shimai. Afternoon until evening, the night. All right. Night is like this now. We go to bed. Evening until night. All right. Again, everybody, AM is for morning until noon. Morning until noon. And then PM is afternoon to evening and night. Okay, Maya, let's try. Let's try now. So we have here our daily activities. All right, so these are our daily activities. Now, everybody, let's say it. Wake up. Wake up. Wake up. All right, so wake up. What is wake up? All right, wake up is what do we use? Wake up. Wake up. Is it AM or PM? AM. Shemai, wake up. Morning. Morning. Okay. Next. Eat breakfast. All right, everybody say, eat breakfast. Eat breakfast. What is breakfast? We eat it in the morning. Eat breakfast. Eat breakfast. Or we drink milk for breakfast. Next. Go to school. Go to school. Okay, bye. School. All right. Next. Study. 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 All right, study is when you study. Listen to the teacher, make activities, study. Okay, now? All right. And this one, eat lunch. Eat lunch. Okay, now remember that one, breakfast and eat lunch. So, for example, we eat lunch at 12 o'clock, Shemai, 11:30 to 12 o'clock. So 12 o'clock, that is noon. Okay, that is noon. Next, go home. All right, go home. So bye-bye, teacher. Go back to your home. Again, everybody say go home. Go home. All right, go home. Next, eat dinner. All right, everybody say again, eat dinner. All right, eat dinner. Now look at the back now. Look at the back. So it's already evening. All right, evening. Eat dinner. And last one, look at the bed now. Go to bed. Go to bed. All right, go to bed. Go to bed or sleep. All right, go to bed or sleep. Okay, now do you remember now? So AM we use it morning until noon, morning until lunch, morning until lunch. And then we use PM, afternoon until we sleep. PM na afternoon until we sleep. Okay na? All right, so remember the daily activities. Okay, remember the daily activities. Again, everybody, let's say, wake up. Okay, eat breakfast. Okay, breakfast. Go to school. Study, very good. Eat lunch. All right, so eat lunch, study, go to school, eat breakfast, wake up. We do it in the AM. All right, AM. Wake up, eat breakfast, go to school, study, eat lunch, AM. And then we go home. Bye-bye, teacher. Go home. Eat dinner. Eat dinner. Go to bed. Go to bed. All right. Go to bed. Now, going home, eating dinner, eat dinner, and go to bed is PM. All right, PM. Now, let's look at our sentences. All right, so let's look at our sentences. Now, our sentences, we have A and B. A and B. All right, so A says, what time do you go? Oh, sorry. What time do you? And then you say your daily activity. B will answer, you say your daily activity at, you say the time, and then is it AM or PM? All right, for example, let's try now. Let's try. Okay, let's look at the picture. Oh, what is the picture? What is the picture? It's wake up. Very good. So our daily activity is wake up. So let's read it together, everybody. What time do you wake up? What time do you wake up? All right, B answer. What do we write here? Wake up. I wake up at. I wake up at, what time do you wake up? 8, 9, 7. I wake up at, how do we read this? 6:30. 6:30 AM or PM? AM. All right, so let's read it again. I wake up at 6:30 AM. Okay, another one. Let's try another one. So the picture is, we go to bed. All right, go to bed. Now let's read again, letter A. What time do you go to bed? What time do you go to bed? B answer. I go to bed. I go to bed at. What time do you go to bed? 9 ใช่ไหม 9 อะไร 9 p.m. All right, 9 p.m. Okay, so in English now, we only use the time in the, so 9 p.m. or we can say, what time is this? 21, ใช่ไหม 21, 21. All right, so 9 p.m. Okay, because sometimes in Thai language, you say different time, Shimai. You just need to remember the numbers in the clock. The numbers in the clock. Okay? So again, in telling time in English, you just need to remember the numbers. Okay, the numbers. So if the shorthand points at 1, then we say 1. If the shorthand points at 2, then we say 2. Okay, especially if in the evening. The only difference is if it's AM or PM. So for example, what time do you go to bed? What time do you go to bed? If the shorthand is at 8, then it is 8:30. Shimai, 8:30. 8:30 p.m. Okay, that's how we tell the time. Just remember 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, is it AM, morning to noon, or afternoon, or PM, afternoon to night? That's how we tell time. Remember 1 to 12. All right, so oopsies. Okay, now remember, if it's AM, morning to until noon, until lunch, and then PM, afternoon, until we go to bed. All right, so let's try our activity. Let's try our activity. The number one says, tell us what time do you do your daily activities. Tell us what time you do your daily activities. So for example, eat breakfast. Eat breakfast. Teacher Shai, eat breakfast. What time do you? What time do you eat breakfast? For example, let's say 7. 7. How do we write 7? 7:30. 7:30. Breakfast is morning, 7:30 a.m. 7:30 a.m. Now, how do we write it in a sentence? So you just write the hours, okay? We write here the time. Study. What time do you study? You key the time. What time do you go home? You write the time. And then part 2. Construct sentences using the information from the table. Now you write a sentence using the sentences earlier. Ani, I go to bed at PM or AM. So number 1, eat breakfast, Shimai. So I eat breakfast. I eat breakfast. I eat breakfast. What's next? At, Nishimai, at what time do I eat? 7:30. 7:30 a.m. p.m. a.m. a.m. Full stop. Okay, Mai? Understand? Yes or no? Yes. All right. So you write your own, key on your own. This is for teacher Shai. So write your own. Understand? All right. So thank you so much for watching, everyone. If you have questions, you can type your questions in the comments. Type your questions in the comments. All right, so again, thank you so much for watching, and I hope you understand our lesson for today, which is telling time. Okay, so see you again next time, everyone. Bye-bye.